sent in a self-tape. It was in my spam folder.
Wow.
He had no representation, and it was phenomenal. He actually shot it like he went, and it looked like he's in a hospital. He had a hospital bed. He sat there with flowers. Like he created the scene. He wrote it and everything. And at the time, he was living on a friend's floor in Brooklyn.
Wow.
So I reached out to him directly. I pushed him to the lead director, loved him, and the producers said they needed someone with a name. So he did not get that job. But what I did with that audition was call a manager that I knew and an agent who the manager was on. She's like, I'm on vacation. I'm on a yacht right now. I'm like, I don't care. I need you to go. Do you have Wi-Fi? And she was like, yes. And I'm like, okay, go open your Wi-Fi. Like I just sent this to your email. Watch this tape. She's like, she watches it. She called me back. She goes, tell him he has a manager.
Wow. This is like the greatest story that people, that actors and stuff want to hear. Casting directors actually, they watch everything. Even if it's in their spam folder, they find it. And you went the extra effort to help this guy find representation, and you call him in for roles, and you keep calling him back for different things.
There was actually a job that I was in the middle of the casting, and they weren't responding to anybody for the role. And I texted him, where are you? He was in Beverly Hills, and we were kind of in that area, and I was like, can you come over right now? He did.
Wow.
He met them, auditioned cold, and booked the job.
Wow.
Those are fun.
That really has to give you that kind of satisfaction, because what it does is it shows you that you know what you're doing. It shows that you have this talent to discern talent and to, champion that. And you're the casting director that is able to put yourself out there and say to the producers and directors, you got to see this guy. You're going to be blown away. And then they deliver for you, which is great also. And yet here he was, just nobody, laying on the floor of his buddy's place. But he went the extra effort. Now, that's interesting. He actually got a hospital bed or just made it look like a hospital bed?
I don't actually know. I didn't ask him that question. But what he did is the way they shot it.
Yeah.
And he's like this, like talking to somebody that's like unconscious with the tubes and stuff in the bed.
Wow.
Because the role was actually pretty dark. I think he put that person in the hospital.
Okay, yeah.
But he actually went the extra mile to make the scene look authentic.
You hear, as an actor, a lot of times people say, oh, just film it. They just want to see how you look on tape. They want to see, but you're saying if you can create that atmosphere as much as possible and have the acting chops, it goes a long way.
What I noticed is if the actor is in that space where they're an open vessel and they're channeling the role, if they feel it or think it, it's in their eyes.
Oh, you're internalizing, the actor's internalizing it, that role, that act, he's not acting, he is that person at that time. And you could see that.
Which is why you know how big it is on a big screen.
Sure.
That's why they always tell you not to
overdo it, because every little.
Which I'm terrible at.
Well, that's why you're behind the camera, not in front of it.
Exactly.
Like, subscribe, comment. But this is why you're such a good casting director, because you actually get it. You understand the process of acting, what an actor has to go through. A lot of people think, oh, casting, they don't know what they're talking about. But no, you have to be like this. You have to know the process. You have to know the kind of actor. You have to know when you're calling somebody in, can this person deliver this kind of stuff? Not like, I'll just call them in because they kind of look like the part. No, it's like, this person can deliver this, and they also have a look, or they don't have a look, but they can deliver it. So let me bring them in anyway, see if the director will understand, my game plan here with this. So that's pretty cool. What are the hardest types of movies or TV to cast? Drama, comedy, be it these kinds of, dark psychological thrillers, or are they all the same?
No, they're not all the same.
Oh.
Horror is like my favorite, one
It's
of my
your
favorites.
favorite, yeah.
However, it's the hardest one to cast females.
Wow, really?
Because a lot of the women, they'll do it like their first movie, but unless it's a Blumhouse or a studio film, there's a lot of prejudice against horror films.
Oh.
I find action films are difficult to cast. Again, also if it's not a studio with a big budget, if it's like you're paying Jason Statham or who are the action people?
The Rock.
All the movies I don't watch.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Yes.
So my least favorite genre, actually, action, if it's like Tom Cruise.
Yes.
You put Tom Cruise running in anything.
Yes. Well, that's kind of redundant because he runs in everything. Yeah, he runs in every single movie. And again, yes, he was great in this last Mission Impossible.
Amazing.
And he did pretty much single-handedly save Hollywood.
I was just going to say that. I'm so mad you said that because I was going to say that he's single-handedly responsible for saving the film industry.
Really?
I do think that. He got people back in the theater.
He did.
Do you remember all the promos he was doing during the pandemic?
I remember that. Like, subscribe, comment. Speaking of kids, back when there was Third Rock from the Sun was an actor named Joseph Gordon-Levitt. And then after that...
Sorry, get also I love Joey.
Yes, you cast him in something.
He was the kid from Third Rock.
He was just, at the time, he was the kid from Third Rock from the Sun. And then what was the project that you helped him with?
So we met him on Mysterious Skin
Okay.
at the Bourgeois Pay
Oh yeah, Franklin. Yes.
back in, yeah. And he did not want to audition for the role. I was like, do Neil. And he's like, I don't like Neil. I responded to Neil. I'm like, he wanted to play Brian. I was like, no. Trust me. If you do Neil, it's going to change your life and change your career because it's the flashy role. And Brian is the more like internal, it's the one who thinks he's abducted by aliens.
Oh,
and,
okay.
We made a deal, which was I would let him audition for Brian if he would audition for Neil.
Nice.
And so, and after he did the audition, Greg Lindsay was like, he's Neil.
Wow.
And it was amazing, by the way. He was like so phenomenal. And it's really nice because even to this day, like I have young men that are like 20s
Sure.
coming up, and that's like one of their favorite movies. It's
Oh,
a very
wow.
powerful film. And Joey's work in it is like, it's one of those things that's hard. It's like, if that was not an independent, but it's so dark, of course, it wasn't independent.
Yes.
And I'm kind of like, that was a performance that was worthy of an Oscar.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm being, like,
Sure.
that is, I'm
No.
not trying to say, oh, like my movie was so great.
No, but yeah.
And he actually went to Kansas and he went to a baseball game to study and listen and use that guy's voice and accent
That was his research.
on his own dime, by the way.
Oh, wow.
He flew to Kansas.
Well, he had that third Rock from the Sun money. That thing that ran for a while. I mean, you could just live off of that the rest of your life in syndication. But still, he put on his own dime to go do his research. I like that.
By the way, he could have spent the rest of his life
Yes.
just living off.
Absolutely. I know. Yeah, that's that NBC syndication money after you're on a show for 5 seasons plus. You're set.
And
If
he
you get
did
to
it.
100 episodes. No, but and then he just been doing big movies. I mean, he was in Inception.
He's a filmmaker.
He is.
He's so intelligent and brilliant and
Yeah.
one of the best actors that I've ever known. And committed. Again, it's that commitment.
Yes. And you helped him to get back into find that path where, you know, maybe he wouldn't have. Without that role, maybe he just would have sat back on that Third Rock money. I don't know. Like, subscribe, comment. From your stance as a casting director, how long are you there before they're like, okay, we got this, thank you, and all that kind of stuff?
I can tell you the longest one was 9 years.
9 years?
I made $5,000.
Oh my God, $5,000 a night. That's only like not even $400 a year.
Yeah.
Give or
Indie
take.
casting does not.
Independent casting, sometimes it's tough. You got to do it, but you got to have the love for it.
Yes.
Because sometimes you have to be 9 years before you get paid. And when you're getting paid, you're only getting paid pittance of what you should be paid.
I cast and recast that film 3 times.
Wow. Like, subscribe, comment.